Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 in the Minecraft Creative Builds world, and we've just had patch 1.14 launch, so some of the textures have changed, and if you look at these woods you'll see that there are higher res textures and slightly different patterns in the woods. This is the last build that we've just uploaded, so I just thought we'll start by just loading into the world exactly where we were before so we can compare the textures. And yes, there is some variation, things are looking a little bit different, and I thought today we would make our second world tour to show you the new items that we built since the first world tour, and we can also take a look at the slight variations in the textures and compare these to the original builds. Of course we have to do that in our minds because things look a little bit different. I think the leaf pattern is different as well. Look, the crops definitely look a little bit different. The wheat in particular I think is a slightly different colour of yellow. So we're at the edge of the little village that was randomly generated, and then we updated it a little bit, and then we added this little house in the last episode here. We built this farmhouse a little while back now, so let's have a little tour around the edge of that, see? So let's have a look at the new builds since the first world tour. Oh look, the brick is definitely a different texture now. Look, these are the brownstone townhouses that we built. These are one of the first things we built since the last one of our world tours. And I think the last buildings that were included on our first world tour were some of these medieval buildings here, so it's everything since then. So these brownstones were definitely part of that. So from the entranceway there, let's see, you've got the downstairs, and then 2 floors on one wall, and then 3 on the other one in the middle, you see. So that's a rather nice building, I think. Personally, I just love the style, and the red brick I think is a great building material, gives the building character, and this new texture, it's really cool, isn't it? And then our pink house, this has been quite a popular build, this one, the pink house that we built for Valentine's Day. I just think it's so cool to do something that little bit different. And yes, I think the pink blocks, the purple blocks, have been changed a little bit in their texture as well. So a lot of the stone blocks have been reworked for the textures, and so have some of the woods. See, I think the doors are a little bit different as well. Like if we take a look at the doors, yeah, the texture is a little different, isn't it? So let's go inside the pink house. Just have a quick walk through so we can take a look at some of the different wood textures, if they've all changed. You see, yes, the texture on the white section was just a flat white before, and now it's got like a little pattern section on the white trapdoors. So yeah, there's definitely some variation in some of the wood styles, isn't there? Oops. Right, we've got the auto jump on, and that's causing a little bit of trouble, you see. Yeah, so the woods I do think have all got a slightly different texture to what we had before. And then quick look upstairs. We've got our little library area here with a table over there to work on at a desk. And then in the bedroom you've got a desk again, this time more for a dressing table area, and a little bedroom. It's just a nice little simple house in a slightly different style. And then you've got the garage area, look, and a little work area, if you want a workbench area in there as well. So let's come outside and let's go take a look at the other buildings that we added. So we added our flower shop, and again the texture of the sandstone has changed again. Look there, there's more detail in the texture of these, and I think the carved blocks have changed a little bit in the pattern. Now, that's not a great deal of difference, but the normal sandstone has got a little bit more texture, I think, in it, in both the red and in the yellow. And our beautiful greenhouse. I really like this, the greenhouse and the little garden behind the flower shop. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. Very proud of that one. And the other side of our flower shop here, look, with the little balcony upstairs. So let's come down and take a look through the front window here. I think that's a great corner window, and that really is the best we can make a rounded shape for a window in a shop in Minecraft, because you just lay the blocks edge to edge across the front, and that's the closest we can get to that curve that you can get on a lot of corner shops like that. And I'm really very pleased with how this turned out. And the glass opening doors into our flower shop. It's just such a light, airy build. I really appreciate it. I'm really pleased with this one. I think it turned out really well. I hope you guys liked it too, because I really enjoyed this. And then upstairs, that's the door to the back where we've got the greenhouse, and upstairs we've put in a flat for the owner of the flower shop to live in. So we've got a little table for eating food and a work area. You could either do some repotting of plants here, or you could use it as a workspace, as a desk. Then you've got a nice seating area, and you can see out of the corner windows, and a sleeping area, and you can see out across above the square from your seating area. And of course you've got this beautiful little corner balcony to sit on to overlook the square. And let's just close our door back up here in case any of the sheep try to wander through. And then our town square, which I believe was in the last episode, and our town hall and our church and our medieval buildings were all in the last one, but we also added up here some modern buildings. These were added later than the first tour. So here we've got a blue and grey building with this beautiful little powdered concrete contrast colour going across the edge of the building. So you've got a flat downstairs and a flat upstairs here. I just kind of like the way that it's worked out, and then the access point down here to the downstairs flat. So you've just got like a console table to leave some things, a bit of storage leading into the flat itself. And the flats are very similar, upstairs and downstairs. Just an open area. You've got your kitchen, somewhere to eat, somewhere to sit, and somewhere to sleep. Nice and simple. But a perfect place for one person or a young couple to be living close to the town itself. And again, if you peep in through the window up here, the upstairs is very similar again. Little sleeping area, working area, place for eating, in fact let's go inside because you can't see it too easily from up here. So you've got your little console table as you come in with a beautiful picture and some flowers. You've got your kitchen area, somewhere to eat, somewhere to sit. So it's a slightly different style. A little work area for the little desk and some books, and a sleeping space. That's just got everything that you need for a single person or a young couple starting out in life, when they don't have too much and they just want to start out close to the town centre, so that you've not got as much space as you would have if you're further out. And then we built some beautiful modern houses in the quartz and the dark grey concrete. Just some modern styles of buildings. Look, let's do just a tour around the edges. These beautiful little shapes here, look. So you've got the tall ones on the corner and the smaller squares, just linking them together at the sides. Here you've got two floors. Look, you've got the bedroom upstairs, and you've got this beautiful pool area in the back of the house. If we go up into the sky, you can see the shape of that. I think that's a beautiful little build, and you've even got quite a formal, neatly organised garden in the background that kind of goes in keeping with the modern style of the house. And then we've got a couple of smaller ones here, one with 2 stories in the large cube, and then this little balcony area that overlooks the lake over there in the opposite side of the road. And then back out here they can see out onto the ocean and all the little islands, so it's rather pretty. And then over here we have a couple of little terraces, one on either side of the building there, you see, so that you can enjoy the views. Again, that side you can see out to the little lake, and here you can see out to the ocean and mountains in that direction, and the ocean out in this way. So it's a rather beautiful little location for your house to be. And this is a paler grey concrete this time, you see, for the style. And that's the dark one again, and then there's a slightly paler one over there again. So we've used dark grey, black, and then the dark grey again there with the quartz, just for the contrast. You can of course use the white concrete in any of those buildings. And here we've got the brown and yellow concrete with the gold blocks wrapping around for that little bit of decorative difference. I rather like the idea of having the largest cube on top, well, rectangle, the larger rectangle on top of a smaller rectangle here. I just like this style of playing around with the shapes to make things just look that little bit different. So we've used lots of different colours here in these modern buildings, with different cubes sticking off in different directions, just for the kind of feel of different geometry, just to play around with it a little, just to give you ideas of the fact that you can actually do lots of different weird things with your build. You see here we've got a little tower in the centre and the cubes come off it, and here we've just overlapped the cubes with this little centre section where you can put a ladder running all the way up to the different levels, so that you've just got something really kind of counterlevered and counterbalanced. And it's just having fun with different shapes and geometries and just playing around until you get something that you're happy with. And here look, we've used different colours at every level and made every level that just a little tiny bit smaller, so that you've got a little balcony running all the way around, and all of the different levels all come to a point in this corner. It's kind of like stacking cubes for children in all those bright colours. That's kind of my inspiration for this one. I hope you've had a lot of fun playing around with these styles and designs while we've been playing around with them ourselves. I've really kind of enjoyed all of this strange playing around. And here we've got a slightly more conventional style of building, but we've made it very unconventional in putting a roof terrace garden over our darker concrete. And then we've got this bright magenta pink concrete at the back. So although it looks like a fairly standard shape of house, it actually looks completely different and playful because we've used these crazy colours to do things. And then if we go back into town, past our two flats, through our square, we can come to our most recent of the builds that we've added, our Renaissance style inspired building. Let's have a look at the texture there. So there's a little bit more detail in the texture here, and it hasn't particularly changed the style and design of the house with the recent updates, which is really cool because I've just spent a lot of time building this one, and I was a little bit concerned that the textures might make things not quite as desirable as they were when they were originally built. But yes, this is the last build that we've added here, this beautiful big Regency style building here. I'm very proud of this one as well. And then just off to the side we've got that little fisherman wooden hut holiday style home on its own little private island that we popped up one day, with the little boats ready to fly off into the town itself if you need to visit anybody. And if we come across to where we've got the little beach at the end here, we've popped in 3 little holiday homes and a tiki bar. I'm probably going to add a few more sort of beachy holiday style places just off close to these. And that, I think, is all the new items that we've recently added since the last world tour. So we've got our tiki bar here, and then we've got our little holiday homes here, all in slightly different styles, just to have a little bit of fun building, because Minecraft is just so much fun to build things with, don't you agree? I hope that you've seen something that will inspire you or give you some ideas about what to build for yourselves. Please feel free at any time to copy any of my builds in your own towns. And I look forward to building many, many more with you. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From Softkitty99, Goodbye and happy gaming!